So, if you're not familiar, is this mic even on? Oh, hold on. Okay, so if you're not familiar, this is Steve's Art and Fun channel. I want to say thanks first off to all the new subscribers. I think I'm at 66 subscribers, so I'm very appreciative of anyone who is currently subscribed, anyone who's recently been subscribed, and who's new to the channel. So I'll say again, this is Steve's Art and Fun channel, and basically this channel is just kind of like a fun and recreation channel. Sometimes I may talk about serious topics or topics that people may take seriously, but at the end of the day, the point of the channel is just to give you ideas and give you ideas for things that would improve your life, and for you to try to figure out ways to have fun with things. And that's what it really is. It's just entertainment, you know what I mean? Like when I'm on this channel, I am my authentic 100% self, though. That's one thing that's, even what I'm trying to say is the channel is supposed to be entertainment, it's supposed to be fun for everybody, but in no way, shape, or form am I, how would I say this? In no way, shape, or form am I pulling back my personality or anything like that, or who I am. Now, I know there's rules on this channel, so there's certain things I probably can't say, things that, people will call hate speech, and so on and so forth, and can't be super inappropriate, obviously, because this is YouTube, right? So there's limits, but you get what I'm saying. So, I wanted to talk about in this video, basically, the arcade pad, or arcade stick, the joystick, whatever people are calling it these days. This thing that makes a bunch of noise when I tap keys on it, and makes a bunch of click sounds when I'm moving the joystick. So I'll admit this thing is awesome. There's no doubt about it. There's no misunderstandings about this. This thingy here is awesome. This thing is completely freaking awesome. This is better than sliced bread. This is on like a Siri friggin' Cocoa Green Big Booty Pog Woody Pog. This is some straight up Kelly Divine type of stuff going on right now with this thing. This is insane. This is insanity, people. This is insanity right here. I'm just being real. The way you can input directionals, button commands, the arcade slapping the buttons feel that it has to it. You're sliding your hands across buttons. You're slapping buttons. You feel like you're trying not to break the friggin' joystick because you don't want to break it. Now, we do know people like myself are animals. We're aggressive. We feel like we're gonna snap the joystick off. We feel like we're gonna break it, or we feel like we're gonna break the keys because we're hitting the button so fast. I get autistic when I play the arcade stick. That's just me. When I play the arcade stick, opposed to a controller or a keyboard, I get autistic. Like I'll try to film it, the way that I actually position my hands and hit the keys and everything, and how wild it can get. I know Anybody out there that's ever used an arcade stick and really, really enjoys the experience of the arcade stick opposed to anything else, and just gets in an extreme mode. You just get in this mode where you just feel like you have autism at that point. Like you're like, you're practically feel like you're between your index finger and your thumb. You feel like you're trying to like squeeze them as close as possible, but maybe you're strong enough to break the stick on the arcade pad. Maybe, I don't know. So it kind of feels like if you were to squeeze your fingers together hard enough in a certain way. But we're not breaking the thing. Damn it, we're playing with it. But I'm just saying, who in here likes to button mash? Who in here likes to play arcade games with the joystick, and fighting games in particular, and you like to just like heavy-handedly throw your fingers and hand down on those buttons, like without any type of regard? That's me. So it's a whole nother experience, okay? It's a whole nother experience. And the first game that I played with this controller, if you will, it's not really a controller, but it is. It's an arcade pad. The thing is, like, when I'm playing M.U.G.E.N with it, there are certain characters, and I'm going to explain this a little. I'm sorry if you don't want to hear all of this, just fast forward it. But I'm trying to give you like a better idea. So certain characters in particular, especially from the series of X-Men, I think it's Children of the Atom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and X-Men vs. What is the other one? It's X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, maybe even. Sometimes characters have a certain command where I believe the command is, if I can think of it off the top of my head, I believe you do a low kick plus a heavy punch, or you do a low punch plus a heavy kick, or something, some awkward button configure. Like, it's very awkward to hit those buttons at the same time. And then you have to put a directional command in. It's kind of like, drill claw, or I forgot the other thing that Storm has, but it's one of those really, it's like, or Smart Bomb with War Machine. It's one of those lovely commands that we just love to put in. We love to spam it. We love to be repetitive with it because it's just, I don't know what it is. Something so satisfying about just hitting those buttons at a time once in like that with a directional of up, down, diagonal, even some of them. Wolverine's actually he can go backwards. He can go diagonal. He can go forward and down. It's just wild with the drill claw. I'm one of those drill claw retard weirdos. I just it does something to my brain. Like I'm obsessed with it. I just have to do it. It's compulsive. I don't know why, but it's compulsive. But it's that type of thing. I found it's very easy to do that with the arcade pad. And I'm like, yeah, this is like an arcade pad. Like, literally, this is like an arcade thing. Not little you trying to hit the keyboard, trying to do those weird commands, and feel like you're going to tear your fingers apart trying to even hit the buttons at the same time. And it's like, no, it's spaced out. The buttons are so big. It's just a crazy experience. So, that was how I felt about the first time playing with this thing. Okay, that was my experience with it. At least how it functions. Now, another thing I have to talk about, and I also have to apologize about, is that if you've seen some footage that is footage from rival schools, or you've seen some footage from Alien vs. Predator, that footage that you're seeing is actually from a website where you can play the game. You can play these certain games straight from the website, but due to Wi-Fi being so slow, when I am recording with this crappy FBX recorder thing, it actually makes the game itself slow down to a point to where it's almost not playable. And I'm like, I can't even, the rhythm, it screws my rhythm up, screws my time, it screws everything up for me. I can barely even look at it. The sound sounds horrendous. It's choppy. And that's something I gotta find a way. I don't know how I can find a way around that, but I'm gonna have to find a way around that. So basically, I'm gonna start trying to do more variety of type of gameplay videos. Like, you know, I'm gonna try to bring in different games, different footage of games. I may even try to do a stream thing, and I may actually even jump on Twitch, believe it or not, possibly. I may even try to see if I could pull that off. I could do some Twitch videos. But I'm just saying all this to try to just speak on, like, this is my experience with an arcade stick at home for the first time. Now, I've been to arcades before, and I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm a huge fan of Virtual on Mars. I love M.U.G.E.N. Some of them are old, older fighting games and stuff like that. I've played Capcom vs. SNK 2 in the arcade, Tekken 3. I'm trying to think if there's any other one that I remember playing. That I played a lot. Not many, but those are the games that if I was in an arcade and they had the games there, those are the ones I'd play a lot. And the thing is, having this little, home console arcade stick, if you will, or arcade pad, for fighting games, to me, it's just such an experience. I'm sitting here thinking wow, this is it. This is it for fighting games. This is it. Now I think they're calling it a fight stick or some crap, but I don't care what they're calling it. It is it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is it, guys. This is it right here. The experience it's just a game changer. I can't even stress it. I can't stress it enough. And I feel like certain characters translate so well to this thing because they just have a certain feel to them. Like I said, especially X-Men characters, they have this wild, nature about them that's so dynamic that when you're using the arcade stick, they're just like Storm, for instance. She's just moving across the screen at just such a rate. It's almost overwhelming, but it's addicting almost. It's like you just feel so free with the character. You feel like the character can literally fly. You know what I mean? You're like, this character's going all over the place. And it's hard too, don't get me wrong. It's not easy. I usually when I go on M.U.G.E.N, I bump the difficulty up. The arcade difficulty or whatever, I bump it up to 8. So I bump it up to its highest. I don't know if the AI even really changes for that, but that's what I'm going for. And it wasn't by any means easy to really win anything, but the experience that I took from it was the great potential of these arcade pads. And the looseness, the largeness of the buttons, the dynamicness of it all, I took all that in. So this little tool here, in my opinion, if I would rate it the experience I had using it, I would give it a 10. So that's my opinion on the arcade pad. So I think I should just shut up right now and let you guys just watch footage. And this is episode 1. I will be doing, more episodes of this arcade pad thing in the near future. So this is your host, Steve, from the back. I really appreciate every like, every sub, every comment. So I'd appreciate it if you hit the bell icon, like, sub, and share, and enjoy the rest of the video.